On February 1st, the Concord City Council interviewed 20 applicants to fill the position vacated by a council member who was elected district attorney in the same election that just put 3 of the 4 remaining council members in office out of a field of 10. The council was given a pool of questions and pulled 8 at random for the applicants, 20 of them, to answer. Each applicant was given 1 minute to introduce themselves and 1 minute to answer each question. Then the council voted on the applicants.
Hello, Council. Once again, I'm Eddie Birsan, and if I need to introduce myself to the 4 of you, we need a recess so we can check our meds. For the rest of us, I'm here for only one reason. All right? I was the runner-up in the last election, and 11,209 people put their trust in me and gave me the moral imperative to stand here before you today and ask for this seat as the natural progression from that election. I could not discharge my trust in my electorate, nor could they discharge their trust in me if I did not stand before you now. And therefore, I'm here once again to ask for the 5th seat. Thank you.
What do you think are the 3 most pressing issues facing Concord in the next 5 years? How would you go about addressing your highest priority?
Everyone has spoken about issues as they were items. There is only one subject and only one priority for us both tonight and which resolves all the others. Our highest priority is to establish dynamic, powerful, uniting leadership. With this, all the other issues can be handled. We must start thinking in terms of how to unite the city, the staff, and the council together, because leadership as a priority allows us to handle all the others. And what is most pressing now is not the most serious. The most serious always is that which you do not see now, but which comes over the 5 years. It was the same case 4 years ago when we looked forward. We'd never anticipated such a big decline. Leadership, though, allows us the strength and the power to get through anything. Thank you.
What strategies would you suggest to meet state mandates to provide a broader range of housing opportunities in Concord?
There's 3 levels here that we can approach on in terms of building a strategy. On the localist level, we identify what is the mandate that we have to do. Once we've identified it, then we can put together a team with the Chamber of Commerce, developers, whatever, and say, can you do this? Then comes the 3rd level. We happen to be in a unique situation where our assemblyman and our state senator both are former mayors of Concord, both live in Concord, both we of all 4 of us, 4 of you, know fairly well. So we can change the mandates or we can attempt to change. So you present A, we know what it is. B, we say the plans are not either workable or they are workable, but here they are. And 3rd, you change the mandates. Thank you.
Select one example of civic involvement that you have had in Concord and describe how that experience has prepared you to serve on the council.
In the last 4 years, I've spent more time in this room and at that microphone than any one of my other fellow applicants. I have studied the council. I've been there in your best of days, and I've been there in some of your less glorious days. And if that hasn't given me enough pause to continue, I still feel determined that this has trained me to serve on the council, for I have seen both the darkness and the light, and I have felt the whip and have also raised the spear in this very room. So yes, I'm very acquainted with what it takes to be on the council. And as I said, I've been here longer in the last 4 years than any of my fellows. Thank you.
Given the state government's budget challenges, how should the city best respond to the proposed elimination of redevelopment agencies?
Responding is very simply, we don't want it. And I assume that you will be echoing it. However, the way we have to do is we can put pressure on our assembly and our state senators, but at the same time, we need to be prepared for what is entailed if it does get eliminated. So we need to identify, A, how much of each various place where we're putting money, whether it be in salaries, whether it be in other funds, and come to some kind of conclusions as to what we're going to do if that money is removed. And so we start, our response is, I assume, going to be immediately negative. And then we have to prepare for it because it is ultimately beyond our control. Thank you.
What is your opinion about the residential and commercial development that has been approved in the city of Concord in recent years?
I guess part of the question is, what is in recent years? Is it in the last 60 years, or the last 4, or the last 3? On what has been approved, I generally have had, in the last 4 years, not too much of a problem. In fact, I kind of like a lot of the stuff that we've been doing. I wish, though, that my biggest opinion is that we should have had some more of it. But that's not within the control of the council. We need to get out there and get some more residential and more commercial development. I then would like to see more residential. The concentrated part has to stay around the BART stations. And I think we could still keep with our single-family homes in the larger areas without getting into too many subdivisions that are substandard. So again, the real opinion is we'd like to see more of the approvals, and we'd like to see them faster. Thank you.
Describe an event or experience you've had as a resident of the city that makes you proud to call yourself a Concord resident.
My most recent experience that makes me very proud of my fellow citizens was running in the campaign, because there, by going door to door, I saw the great concern that all the citizens have for the direction of the city. To be able to sit there and talk with them, to visit their houses, to be welcomed in, and the tremendous diversity of views that all seem to convey one basic concept. We want our city to be the best, and if we want the city of Concord to stand not for the name of the grape, not for the battle that we won in the revolution, but for a place where we can all live in concordance with one another. And that spirit makes me very proud of my fellow residents. Thank you.
What techniques are most helpful to you in gathering public input and information about a difficult community issue?
For the most part, there aren't difficult community issues. There are community issues that can become difficult. And these are the things that I've done. In the last year, I've run a survey site, Pulse of Concord, which asks neutral questions on all sorts of issues, and we separate by having a panel of people prepare the questions so that we can make it neutral and we share this. I interview people and I write up the articles which are seen every month in the Concordia. I meet with leaders in the community and I find out from there what are the best individuals to help illustrate whatever the issues are. I listen every Saturday. Everyone knows where to meet me. And anyone who's talked to me know that I can listen. While I can't talk, but I can listen very, very well. In fact, talk about a difficult issue, the issue we have right here before you. I reached out to just about everyone out here, all right? That's the way I operate. I reach out, I talk, I say, hey, let's go meet for coffee, and that's the way we do it. Thank you.
Have you reviewed the city's budget for this fiscal year? What is your opinion on the strategies the council has adopted to date to adjust to the impacts of the recession?
The city budget is not the direct result of the strategies of the council. The city budget is the result of the ability of the strategies to succeed or to fail as the strategy of the council interacts with the other actors that affect our budget, whether it be a union or a state government or whatever procedures. So the strategies that the council applies is not totally reflected in the budget, because there are strategies that the city would like to apply that they didn't get to complete. There are strategies that have to be adjusted. There's approaches which they can only allow to do so far. So the budget is the result of the interplay of the strategies and their success of the council and the staff to work with all the partners that come out. So strategies, again, it's a matter of technique. The results is the results of the application, the success and the failures of it.